Do you wanna dance?
So Apple released the AirPods 3 October last year, but I've only just managed to get my hands on a pair now. For me, I was really curious about testing these out, specifically because I've came from using the AirPods Pro for the last couple of years. Now personally, I've never been a fan of using earphones or earbuds with plastic tips. I've never found those kind of earphones comfortable at all, but the AirPods Pro were the first earbuds that I could tolerate with plastic tips. Now going back to the first generation of AirPods, they never had tips and they were perfect for me. Now when I switched to the Pros, I kind of missed that because as cool as all the new features were, they were not as comfortable as the first generation AirPods. And that's why I've been really excited to get my hands on these new AirPods 3 because they pack a lot of the same features that the AirPods Pro have, but into a design similar to the first generation AirPods. And just to be clear, I am saying for my ears, I know that this can come down to personal preference. I've always been okay using Apple's wired earpods in the past and they never fell out of my ears, which is why the first generation AirPods worked great for me. But I do know that this is not the case for everyone, and if you're someone who struggled with using those earpods in the past, then right off the bat I would say the Pros with the tips may be better suited for you. Now moving on from that, I feel like a lot of Pro users and a lot of people in general have kind of written off these AirPods as a whole because they're not the Pro version. Some of my own friends have literally done the exact same thing. But what a lot of people aren't realising is that there are a lot of improvements with the AirPods 3 over the AirPods Pro, and I quickly want to cover a few of those in the video now. Okay, so the first one is skin detection. Skin detection is a feature that allows these new AirPods to detect whether or not they are actually in your ear. Other AirPods have had a habit of thinking they're in your ear just because they're in your pocket or something like that. Skin detection solves this problem, and I think that it is a great addition to the AirPods. Another thing that might have gone unnoticed is the fact that these new AirPods actually have better battery life than the Pros. You're actually getting 6 hours listening time as opposed to 4.5 with the Pros, and you're getting 30 hours in total with the case, which is up from 24 hours. Another advantage with these AirPods is the price. They're obviously cheaper than the Pros, and I know that over the years the Pros have came down in price, but even today you still can't get a pair of AirPod Pros for as cheap as the AirPods 3. Now currently Apple is selling these AirPods for £169 and they're selling the Pros for £239, but you can find both cheaper elsewhere. Regardless of that, the Pros are still the more expensive option. So the reality is the only features that you're really missing with these new AirPods is noise cancellation and transparency mode. They are both amazing features and they work really, really well, but because I found myself turning both of those features off to extend battery life, I never actually used the feature all that much, and for that reason these new AirPods are best suited for me. But if you're somebody who relies on transparency mode or noise cancellation for whatever reason, then that's something that you're not getting with these, so the Pros may be better suited for you. For me, my favourite feature is spatial audio, so as long as I'm still getting that, I'm fine, and these new AirPods do come with spatial audio. And first impressions when it comes to sound quality, these sound really impressive. I do think it's worth mentioning if you are somebody who is planning on using these AirPods for sport related activities, then it's probably best to test them out before purchasing them. You really do need to make sure that these AirPods fit in your ears well, otherwise they may fall out, especially during sport. Me personally, I'm someone who's really into running and I used to use my Pros constantly when going on a run. I'm yet to test these new AirPods out whilst running, but I know that I won't have too much of an issue because the first generation AirPods without the tips worked fine for me then. So it really does come down to if you have used the first generation AirPods or if you've used earpods in the past and they work perfectly fine in your ears, then you won't have a problem with these new AirPods. I have only used these AirPods for a few days, but I can definitely say, for me, these are the best AirPods I have ever used. But you guys need to let me know down in the comments what you think about these AirPods. Will you be picking up a pair for yourself. If you're still watching up to now, thank you. You may as well be really awesome and hit the subscribe button too whilst you're here. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video.